Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast live show. It's been a while, but as always, we're here on Wednesday, bro. 7 p.m. Pacific time. Gonna be talking some NBA free agency winners, losers, giving out some grades. And then once again, my co-host is gonna be here along rocking with me, bro.
Was that like a shot? I feel like I've been back for a while, so I don't know.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. I'm really curious to see what's your thoughts on a lot of these trades and pickups and all that. But before, let's go ahead and cue that intro.
What?
How much do you miss that dot, Max?
Oh, dude, so much.
It's different watching live.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I didn't, even though I watch the show every week, it's just so nice to see it in the moment.
Oh, my goodness. So, like I said, free agency today. A lot went on, Max. A lot went on. Where do you want to start us?
Well, I figured we start with some teams. Like, let's go with some of the more active teams. We'll talk about their off-season, like more free agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll hit some of the deals that happened, and then we'll grade some of the deals. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect, bro. Let's get it.
What team would we start with? Do you want to start with the Lakers and just be total homers?
Yeah, why not? You know what the people want.
Before we talk about the deals, I did some research and I have some numbers for you.
Okay.
These are some of the key numbers I think that are going to kind of decide the Lakers season. The numbers are 32 and 34. What do you think those are in reference to?
32 and 34?
34, yeah. It's not on there. Don't look. I didn't put it in your copy.
No, I know. Well, ages? What is it?
32 years old is the average age of the Laker. 34 is I asked you before the podcast who are the 5 best players. Mm-hmm. That's the average age of the 5 best players.
Because of LeBron.
Melo. So no, look, I went back 10 years to look at all the championship teams' average age. Where do you think this Lakers team's age would rank among those?
I don't know. I'm curious.
It would be we'd be the oldest team to win a championship in the last.
Really?
Yeah, it's not even close.
Wow.
Who do you think second?
That Cavs team, maybe?
That Cavs team was one of the younger ones.
Really?
Yeah, they were at 30. Oh, they were 30 years old now. There was a couple younger ones. The oldest team was the Spurs. No, I'm so sorry. It was the Heat in 2013.
They were old with Battier and all that.
Yeah, and Ray Allen. But also I have the core. 34 years old. Where do you think that ranks amongst the cores? I have all the team's cores too.
1.
Yeah, we're the oldest. And where do you think, who's next? Last 10 teams. The range is between 27 or okay, I'll just give you this. The Warriors in 2015, that average core was 25.4 years old. That was the youngest by far. So who's the second oldest? Or who's the oldest team then?
You just said the Spurs.
No, the core. The oldest core.
So what, the 5?
Yeah, the 5, the 5 best players. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not sure.
Mavs, 31.2 years old when they won it.
With Terry and all that.
Yeah, I mean, we're old. What can I say? We're even older than the 04 team that had a 40-year-old Karl Malone on it.
Well, let's go over a couple of their acquisitions. So
you mean several?
Yeah. So they started off, of course, we talked about the Russell Westbrook trade. That kicked it off to start the off season, should I say. So right out the gates, I believe they signed Dwight first. I think that was their first signing. So they signed Dwight, vet minimum, Trevor Ariza, vet minimum, Malik Monk, vet minimum.
He's not even a vet, bro. 3 years.
Carmelo Anthony, shout out to Melo.
Can I guess?
Vet minimum.
Oh, okay.
Alex Len, vet minimum. Wayne Ellington, who's a former Laker. vet minimum.
As Dwight was, and Trevor Ariza. We got some of the gang back together,
Yeah.
which I'm always a fan of. Okay.
Kendrick Nunn came over from the Heat, 2 years, $5 million contract.
It is a player option, so he can leave after one. It's basically like he's a version of Montrez.
Yeah. And then they read up on Taylor Horton Tucker. They wind up re-signing him for 3 years, $32 million. So everyone's hyped, bro. A lot of Laker fans are hyped. I was on Instagram. I was putting out some polls out there to see what was the gauge on this team.
I don't care about other Laker fans. I just want to know, one, are you hyped? And by the look of you, like, I might have to pick you up off the floor. You're so hyped.
I'm not, bro. I'm not.
Which one of these deals makes you the most hyped? Is it Alex? I mean,
nothing,
Alex Len, you were just like, what the fuck?
I'm going to be completely honest. None. I try to get hyped for the Malik Monk, but when you really look at it, it's like,
is Malik Monk? Is Monk going to close the finals game?
No.
Okay.
Kendrick Nunn? No.
I have a little hope for him, but I'm still like, I don't think so. So I asked you who's going to close the game for the Lakers. You said LeBron, AD, Russ, Ariza, and Melo. I feel like if there's a guard on the floor,
I feel like we are missing that one other guy, like the Danny Green, the Avery Bradley,
like a 3-and-D guy or a guy who can guard guards. So we could miss like a guy like. I'll get to that later. I'll talk about that last. So you're not excited about any of these? I'm excited for Dwight. I was kind of pissed off last year because he said he's coming back, but he didn't.
Yeah,
I think Wayne Ellington's not really going to have that big a role. I know he's a shooter, but
I mean, come on, let's be real. Out of all the guys,
a little intrigued by Monk.
Yeah, okay, Monk, like you said, intrigued. I think the guy who's going to have the most impact that signed out of the vet minimum guys, Dwight. I think it's going to be Dwight. Because he was big for the Lakers last 2 years ago.
Other than the Rocket series, which he did not play.
Yeah,
but he played
but he was huge though.
Yeah,
like
against Nuggets, he effed with Jokic. He was big. He's Dwight. He's like he does his role,
and he fits with LeBron. And like when AD wants to play at the 4.
Would you say you're happier we have Dwight now at 35 years old than Andre Drummond in the seemingly endless prime of his career?
Not even close.
Why wouldn't you want a guy like Andre Drummond over Dwight, so much younger? Oh yeah, because he sucks. At least Dwight. I think Drummond's gonna have to hit the same type of rock bottom. We were gonna talk about Drummond later. Let's get him out the way. He's only on our talk about thing just to make fun of him because we can't stand Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
Look, dude, you're gonna have to hit rock fucking bottom like Dwight did. And figure out, oh shit, I have to do a bunch of little like dirty like goon type shit to stay in the league. So when you learn that, let me know, and then you can come back to the Lakers. Other than that, you're not going to do anything. Have fun playing 20 minutes a game to Joel Embiid. Did you see their awkward handshake? Joel Embiid was like, oh yeah,
and on Twitter talking about talking shit to you about the whole like hashtag bum, and he had a picture of him like hauling some bricks.
Could you like join a team where a guy like the best player called you a bum?
No, absolutely not. But it's a different age. I mean, that just goes back to guys are soft, bro. Guys are soft. Shout out to Isaiah joining the stream. He's a non-Laker fan, and he's saying,
no.
We winning the chip, yo.
He actually sent me his form to transfer over.
Oh, no, he's a Laker fan?
I'm in the process of reviewing some of the stuff on there. I have to vet him. But
shout out to Isaiah, bro. He was on our last podcast about Russell Westbrook. Go ahead and check that out. What were you going to say, Max?
I was going to say the most interesting contract, I think it's THT. And I don't think it's interesting because, he got $10 million a year. Mm-hmm. Looks like a trade type of contract. It's right in that $10 million, and you can kind of throw some other shit in.
Okay, well, obviously, we talked a lot about it with the podcast with Isaiah, with the whole Russell Westbrook thing. It goes all the way back to that. I felt like there was better plans in place and better options and other routes that you could have gone besides this one. I feel like this will be the last on the list. Is it exciting? Is it hype to get about? Is it a good story? Absolutely. You got fucking Stephen A. Smith saying, Melo, back in LA. It's like, just because you say his name more dramatically doesn't make him better.
No, it definitely does make you feel.
I mean, Melo.
Let me just say, let me go back in time 6 years. I'm a Laker fan. I'm fucking rock hard. With
2012, we went in and shit, bro.
Dude, if there was a hole in the ground, that would be like, that hole looks really good right now. That's how excited I am for this team in 2012.
But the reality is,
my God.
The reality is that
it's 2021. That's the
yeah, but the reality is, bro, is that I think it's the worst route they could have went. I don't like it. Like I said, I'm a Laker fan. Max is a Laker fan. Of course, the fan in us want to be optimistic. It's not like we're going to throw in the towel and be like, I'm not a Laker fan.
I'm not watching this year.
Yeah, of course. We're going to fucking watch. We're going to cheer. There's going to be a point in time when we're on the TV and deep inside we're hoping Russ fucking works out.
We went through 13 and like 62.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing.
I'm a fucking Raider fan, dog. I've been through this shit.
I'm an Eagle fan. I've been through some good times. I've been through some bad times. This year going to be a bad time. Look, overall, if you're just going to let's grade the whole offseason for the Lakers, man. C+, B-. I don't really love anything they did. Like people, here's one thing I want to just say to like fans out there who don't understand how NBA works.
So what are you going? C-?
I'm gonna go C.
C? Okay. So Max gave it a C.
I like that. No, so I just want to explain to like people who don't understand how Lakers keep coming out with money. You could be $300 million in the cap. You can still give guys minimums just to fill out your roster. Yeah. That's it. Because NBA won't let you like just yield a team with like 4 people.
Yeah.
And then none is the mid-level exception. That's it. And then once you have a player for a couple years like Horton Tucker, you can go over the cap to keep your own guy, but you can never go over to go get a new guy.
I would say this. They do still have the Dennis Schroeder in their back pocket. Like you said, you brought up Talen Horton-Tucker. I feel like this guy's not going to be on the roster past February.
Really? You don't
I don't think so.
I mean, you're saying Dennis is going to get that $25 million per year bag? He's just he's not getting $25 million.
Yeah.
On what fucking planet?
Kind
dude?
of an L that he.
Do you have an L in your grades so you can give it to Dennis Schroeder?
I got a bigger F. That's what I got.
Yeah, I forgot about bigger F.
No, but I'm rocking with a C too. I'm gonna give him a C. It's not terrible. It's not like they downgraded. Don't you feel like this team is slightly better than the old one?
It just depends if we can make threes. I feel like that's really going to be the Lakers' Achilles heel.
Yeah. It's not over yet, though.
I know Melo can hit threes. Like, people are like, you got a bunch of 3-and-D players. I'm like, no, we got a bunch of guys who can shoot threes and guys who can play defense. We don't have either or that can play both.
I mean, Laker fans, I know Trevor Ariza's a name that we know because, he played with Kobe back in when we were winning championships, and he was big for that 1 year. I'm sorry, bro. Trevor Ariza is not the same. You seen him for Miami last year. He was just a guy out there.
All I can say is we do potentially have the best defensive player in basketball when healthy.
Anthony Davis.
So maybe that bails us out. And before we move on to the next team, this is going to be the bridge to it. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can talk about the move they didn't make. Alex Caruso's gone. Laker faithful. We made a video on him. This would be a great time to shout out our video. I mean, the guy got paid like we said he would, but he's a really good player. Mm. But this is what kind of pissed me off about it. We didn't pay him because we don't want to pay the salary tax or luxury tax, right? Like, do you think Dr. Buss would ever give a fuck about paying it? He'd just be like, it's fine. We'll take it. He got a 4-year, $37 million contract with the Bulls. He went to the Lakers to match it. They said, no, that's okay. That kind of hurt me a little because I was like, why would you just like give up an asset? Just trade him or something, dude.
Yeah, I get you.
I feel like Caruso really did want to stay. And it's like, I'm happy he got his money. Like, I'm rooting for him. Now I'm not rooting for the Bulls.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it was a great transition, Max. Let's get on the Bulls. They signed Alex Caruso,
active,
like you said.
Very active.
Very active.
Man, those Bulls are shooting for that 8th seed.
Hey, they heard everyone, not everyone, just me and Max mostly. Me and Max talking a bunch of shit about the Chicago Bulls and how that Vucevic trade is fucking going down the shitter because it was terrible. They went all in for that trade and they didn't even make the playoffs with it. So they're coming back strong. They're 100% Zach LaVine invested. They are building around him. They're gonna double down, okay? And with Vucevic. So they add Caruso. They add Lonzo Ball, another guy that we did a video on. Chicago Bulls.
Come on, dog.
I mean, come on. They subscribe to the channel, obviously,
Yeah. Everyone who said Lonzo Ball won't get much in free agency, fuck you. I was right, as I knew I'd be right. Give them a bigger F, the audience, anyone who doubted me.
Yeah. So Lonzo Ball sign and trade with the Bulls, 4 years, $85 million contract. And the deal was Garrett Temple, Satoransky, and a second round pick, which is great. I mean, fuck those players. Like
Zion is thrilled.
Yeah. $85 million. He got paid. And then the recent news from yesterday, they wind up signing DeMar DeRozan in the same situation, a sign and trade. 3 years, $85 million. And the trade involved Thaddeus Young, a 2025 first round draft pick, 2022, and a 2025 second round pick. I said for the last one, not that much. DeRozan was worth it.
You got it. You got through that. I'm impressed.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice. That was nice.
But, I mean, these are 3 solid players. I wouldn't say any of these guys are all-stars. I don't think DeRozan's that player anymore. But when you combine LaVine, Vucevic, Lonzo, DeMar DeRozan, and Alex Caruso, I like it. It's pretty good.
Patrick Williams.
And they got Patrick Williams because look,
fourth pick in the draft.
Zach LaVine ain't gonna play no defense. So Lonzo and Caruso play D.
This is what I don't understand. First, I have one more bone to pick with the audience. Look at the Bulls roster. LaVine. Would you say who's a better playmaker, LaVine or Lonzo?
Lonzo.
No, I would say LaVine's a way better playmaker.
Really?
Ball handler. Yeah, exactly. I would go 100%. I would say, look, this is the hierarchy of their playmaking ability. I go LaVine 1, DeMar. Then you maybe go Lonzo, but you also have Vucevic, who's kind of like a hub down there. Like they run shit through him. So what do you think they signed Lonzo Ball to be? I think he's going to be, like I said, a 3 and D plus P player. Like to me, he's probably one of the better shooters on their team. LaVine's probably the best shooter. Then who's the next best 3-point shooter? It's Lonzo. It's not DeMar.
And you know what? The good thing about it is that
he don't need the ball in his hands either, which is like nice.
I think that's the thing is that they're not going to depend on him running offense because when they have Zach LaVine, he's going to have the ball in his hand. He's one of those hybrid 1-2 guys. Like even though he plays the 2, he brings the ball up.
They're kind of like the Bucks. They don't really have a table setter. Exactly. But no, the reason I brought that up, everyone who said Lonzo Ball's this great fucking point guard who runs shit through, is just to say F you one more time before I get I had a bone to pick with everybody still. F them. I don't really like DeMar DeRozan's contract. $85 million seems like a lot for DeMar. What if he's more Zach LaVine insurance? Like, what if they're like, you know what, why don't they trade Zach LaVine right now before they give him? Would you rather have DeMar DeRozan $80 million or Zach LaVine at $200 million?
I mean, I'm picking Zach LaVine.
Would you rather pay Zach LaVine you'd feel comfortable if you're the Bulls giving him $200 million
with this team? Yeah, I like what they did.
So you think they're a lock for are they a 3 seed or are they an 8 seed? Or are they a play-in?
I would bet they're around the mid level.
So like 7?
No, more
6.
like 4 or 5.
I don't know if there's enough. I feel like their defense is so putrid. Like they have 1+. They have 2+ defenders on the court.
Well, they got Patrick Williams, like you said.
Yeah, there's a good defender, and Lonzo,
Caruso.
Yeah, but those guys aren't going to be playing a whole lot together, I'd imagine.
DeRozan? You don't think DeRozan's that good of a defender?
No.
I mean, we know Zach LaVine don't. But like I was saying though, with Lonzo Ball, just to bang on your point even more about him not being the pick and roll playmaking offense setter, Zach LaVine and Vucevic, guys who start offenses with the ball in their hands, and then DeRozan, like that. I think it's great for Lonzo. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I'm very happy for Lonzo Ball. I just want to say that.
I'm sorry.
I'm really happy.
I'm sorry about sneezing.
No, you're good.
No, but yeah, you're 100%. I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah.
He got so much shit his first 2 years because of LeVar. I would say a majority of it was like LeVar.
Mm-hmm.
He's been one of the best 3-and-D players in basketball since the last 2 years.
Yeah.
He sucked up his pride and changed his shot. It was bad. The mechanics were bad. I don't care. People said it goes in. Well, everyone who said he doesn't have to change, pointing at one, it's not that bad. He doesn't have to change. He worked it out, and he got paid, and he deserves every bit. I think Caruso deserves it. I think DeMar got paid for what he's done and what he might bring, like the veteran presence.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's never performed.
Is he a veteran presence, though?
Yeah.
I mean, is he a leader guy?
No, he's kind of a quiet guy, but like maybe kind of lead by example. Man, that
boy got that limp.
It's a reference.
Welcome to the stream, Lukey X.
My dad?
Look at this picture.
That's lucky, idiot.
Bruh. I say Lukey, all right? Lukey, Lucky, whatever. Say 3 to 4 seed. I don't think that's crazy. Is it crazy for them to get the 3 seed? I think a big guy that's going to depend on that is a guy like Patrick Williams. Because he's the one guy on their team, besides DeRozan, all these other guys, he has the most room to improve. A lot of these guys are already established in the league. The Lonzos, the DeMars, the Zach LaVines. You know who they are. They're not going to get that much better. Patrick Williams is the guy who has a lot of growth.
How does he grow, though? That's my question. And maybe it's a similar type of Kawhi growth.
Yeah.
Obviously not Kawhi, but think about the environment Kawhi had to go. He was the fourth fiddle. He was playing next to 3 Hall of Famers, 3 great players in their day. I mean, they were great even with him. So it's not the most ideal. You know, you think of like guys like Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball. They're just playing on a shitty team and they can just chuck up shots and work on their game, right? Yeah. He doesn't have that opportunity. He's got to be a 3-and-D guy. He showed that last year. And last year it wasn't like they're like, oh, here's the keys to the offense, Patrick Williams. They kind of brought him along slow. He got better as the year progressed. And I like it. And I'm going to ask you this one. There's one key guy who might play a role in their future. Is that Lauri Markkanen? Do you think he stays? I kind of like this. Is what I kind of like this.
I think they're kind of done on him.
I think they are too. But do you like Lonzo, DeMar, Levine, Lauri, and Zach? I mean, Vucevic. Obviously, the defense is a problem, but that's a lot of that's some really good shooting. That's a really hard team to stop offensively.
Yeah,
I just think if you're going to go all in on offense, like they seem to have gone, you might as well just keep Lauri. If worse comes to worse, just trade him.
Yeah. Shout out to Lukey, aka Lucky. You corrected me. Lucky. I got you, my dude. Go ahead and subscribe, bro. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for making me right again. You want to grade their offseason?
Yeah, let's grade it. But before I say that, Patrick Williams, let's say he just improves to a guy like Bridges.
That's a big piece.
That's big.
Oh, that's a really big piece.
So, just that. I'm not talking Kawhi jump. That's
no.
That's
I didn't mean a Kawhi jump. I just meant in terms of development. You kind of have to think of him like he's not going to have the traditional. It's kind of like in 5 years, if he popped off, I'd be like, it's kind of like he never had the chance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But if he can jump to a guy like Bridges did this year, that's enormous for them.
Hold on, I just want to look up his stats last year. I just want to see what he shot from 3. I'm going to say he shot 35% from 3. Oh, he shot 39% from 3 on 2 shots of the game.
Yeah,
man,
I really like this though. I'm going to give out my grade. I'm going to go A-. I love it. If I didn't be such a hater of Zach LaVine, I'll give it an A+.
I go B+. I just don't love the money but they didn't trade nothing for DeMar, which I like. Lonzo Ball, great signing. Alex Caruso, great signing him. Alex Caruso, people are gonna say he's. If this isn't the point that stats don't always tell a story, let me go pull him up one more time. I'm sorry. What are you gonna say? He averaged like 5, 3, and 2.
No.
And he got $9 million. So, okay, 6, 2, and 2, 6, 3, and 3.
Yeah.
This is like a winning player. This is a guy who makes winning plays. And I usually say I hate guys who say they're winners. No, but when I say a winning player, he'll do all the small crap you need. Mm-hmm. He'll play really hard defense. He'll get deflections. He'll bring energy every night.
Yeah.
I wish he was still on the Lakers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
That's your boy. Since I was the hater of Caruso, I'm like, he's a bum. He's not going to stick around. You're like, dog.
Most definitely. I really like what the Bulls did, though. I'm pulling for them. I like the fact that they made a big splash. And I think it's a good transition to go because one team that I feel like didn't make a splash and who was talking all this mess for about 2 years already, especially the fact that they did good this year. Let's move to the Knicks.
So you're saying they're a team that tried to make us. They made a splash but didn't make us. Kind of like just because he got hard don't mean he got hard type of thing.
Yeah. So let's go over it. So the Knicks wind up signing Evan Fournier, who was originally on the Magic, got traded to the Celtics mid-season, and the Celtics let him walk.
Oh my god!
For $78 million contract with the Knicks, 4 years.
He can. It's a team option after the 3rd year, so the 4th year is not
bad. That's not bad.
Dude, are they paying him for the Olympics?
I know, right? I have no idea. They signed D Rose. I like it. I'm not a big D Rose guy, but I like the way he fits on the Knicks. 3 years, $43 million for Derrick Rose. Nerlens Noel, 3 years, $32 million. I don't see the point in that. I feel like there's a bunch of guys like Nerlens Noel in the league.
Why did you pay him $10 million? I really hope. Well, keep going.
Taj Gibson, vet minimum.
That they need keep a guy like Taj. You need someone to just throw some bows every now and then.
And then Alec Burks, 3 years, $30 million, nothing special.
You're forgetting one, or you're not forgetting one. One happened today. Kemba Walker's returning to the Bronx, wherever they play. I don't know New York's geographically. Hey, excuse me. I'm curious to see what Kemba is. I bet it's like a 1 year or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you could. If they invested big money at Kemba, they're fucking high.
Right.
I mean, they're already a little high for what they did to Evan Fournier. I just don't understand. Like, they've talked all about this. We're going to keep our money, play for the big free agents.
Right.
Like, I was like, Evan Fournier was just who I was thinking you'd pay. It's like, why? This is what I always talk about. It's like someone we once knew said, you got to pay the guy. But my question is, do you have to pay the guy? Do you want Kevin Love for 5 years, $210 million? Do you want Evan Fournier for 3 years? I understand they need to get offense. Well, what made the Knicks special last year was defense.
Yeah. And he doesn't do that.
He's not really in the culture unless you're betting on like a huge RJ jump or a Mitchell Robinson coming back. Even Nerlens Noel, I'm like, why the fuck are you paying him $10 million?
I feel like those guys grow on trees in the NBA.
What was the market for Nerlens? Maybe we're overreacting, and we did look to see what the contracts were. Is there like a team option? There's not really a lot of detail yet.
Right.
If Burks and Noel is 1 year or 2 years, I'm not really upset that much. But 3 is just like too much of a commitment to both guys. I like Burks. But like, what are you just going to run it back for the 5 seed again and get waxed in the playoffs by Trae Young and have your whole fucking fan base drinking Hennessy with Spider-Man? Like, is that the goal, Knicks fan? Hold on, let me do my thumbnail picture right now. Like, what's the goal? Like, I'm just saying it's so lateral.
Yeah.
That's why I hate their offseason. And like, I like Rose. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like Alec Burks. But why are you making such long-term commitments? Like, why don't you just go get Tim Hardaway for Evan Fournier money? Well,
I would like that a little bit better.
I mean, I feel like they just can't get Tim Hardaway. I feel like I don't think they can do it again to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks, it's just, I don't know. They did phenomenal last year.
This is the Knicks team right here. Last year. Where's this Knicks team now?
Straight line. Like, if you had to go. So, no, look. Oh, yeah. This is 2020, right? Oh, yeah. 2021, just move a little bit. That's it. That's all they did. That's all they fucking did, bro. There was no up, there was no down. They ain't get worse.
What if Kemba like recaptures his form?
I doubt it. They got extremely lucky with that. I was shocked that OKC bottomed out. Were you shocked?
I think he was like, I don't want to live in Oklahoma for 2 years.
No, but I think
I can't believe these guys be walking away from $70 million sometimes. Just like,
I think the Thunder kind of knew something that nobody else.
Yeah, but why wouldn't the Thunder just trade him?
I don't know.
Like, why the Thunder like, hey, like Knicks, we'll literally give you a first round pick. We'll give you 3 first round picks. We only have 15.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna fault a player for taking money, but I will fault organizations for giving them the money.
Yeah.
It's like if someone walked in and said, "Hey, Juan, quit the podcast for $100 million, this show would be over." And if anyone wants to offer me that, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I'm just kidding.
All right. So what are you grading the Knicks?
D.
G.
What's the point?
Yeah.
You guys just did that same old dumb ass New York shit.
I'm gonna go F, bro. I had high hopes for the Knicks. I was saying they're gonna get Kawhi, maybe a little bit of Chris Paul on there. Ain't getting no one. They got Evan Fournier.
Wow. Dude, but I mean, you might win a gold medal. What's France up to? Let me check what
France is in the semis or the conference, whatever the fuck it is. Shout out to Few Takes, bro. Welcome to the stream, man.
Oh my goodness. If these fools win a gold medal, they might have to rework that contract.
All right. So next team. What was the other team that we're gonna go? Oh, okay, the Heat.
Yeah.
They started things off with Kyle Lowry. Right off bat. That was one of the first deals that went off.
Duncan Robinson, too, was a big one.
Yeah. So Kyle Lowry signed and trade with the Heat for 3 years, $90 million. He got traded for Goran Dragic and
Precious Achua. I'm gonna bail you out right here.
I know. But so they get Kyle Lowry. They re-up with Jimmy Butler, 4 years, $186.5 million.
Can we save that for last?
Yeah.
Can we save that for
last?
We'll
talk about this as a whole. So they get Duncan Robinson. They re-sign him, the sharpshooter, 5 years, $90 million with an early
termination option after the fourth.
After the fourth. Markieff Morris, former Laker, signs with them for the vet minimum. And then they sign PJ Tucker, NBA champion.
I was a little surprised he bounced.
For 2 years, $15 million. My boy didn't get the vet. My boy got a little bit more cheese.
I'm a little surprised he got that much, but maybe he's kind of a trade piece. You know, everyone's going to like.
No, I think they legitimately want him.
No, I know, but
he's a Pat Riley player.
I'm just surprised he left Milwaukee, dude. Like, I thought Bobby was going to be the one to leave. I thought PJ. And they said Milwaukee was going to offer him 2 for 20.
Yeah.
But I guess he was just like, I'm out. Maybe he just wants to live in South Beach. Like, maybe he's like, dude, I'm good. Like, I got my chip. What do I need? It's a good move. Markieff and PJ are going to help a little bit.
Yeah. So where do you want to start off first? I know you wanted to talk Butler.
Let's go to Lowry, Duncan, and then Butler.
Okay.
Butler last, because then we can talk about the other players that got extended, like Butler.
So what do you think about Lowry? He's how old? 33?
No, I think he's like 35, bro.
Wow. Yeah, so he's old, bro.
I always say I never really study how old these guys are, but I just like kind of know. Yeah, 35. I'm fucking.
Yeah,
I'm fucking nice.
Few takes is saying free agency. It was a great free agency, but contracts were horrible. Overrated free agency. It was a great free.
Well, I think the big one is there's no star.
Yeah, there was no star.
Let me rephrase.
Kawhi's still out there, technically.
Yeah, so's Dennis Schroeder.
But no, I think he's right. In a sense where it was overrated, but I think what, like 4 summers ago, Max, is when the cap rose up and guys were just getting fat money, like Terrence Ross and shit.
It was the year KD left, which would be 20 this after the Cavs won, so 2017.
So about 4 years ago.
4 years ago, correct. And do you know why that happened? The
TV money.
No, it was part of that, but they were like, "Oh, we can either do it incrementally, or just do it." People don't realize, and we'll talk about it a little later. I actually have a good point about Trae Young, so I'm gonna wait.
Okay,
but the Heat, I like Lowry, but they're like, is he gonna be Chris Paul? He's a little heavier, a little chunkier.
Is he gonna meet that body fat requirement?
I've read many stories about the body fat they take. Like they have a little pincher thing, and like I don't know how Shaq did it. I'm sure Shaq was like
he used to fuck with the machine.
Where'd you hear that? Like Shaq said that or what?
No,
I mean I've always heard Shaq's like, I don't know. Pat Riley used to practice me 3 hours a day, bro. So okay, overall, I would give the move itself a B. I know we're not supposed to be grading the moves, but I think it's helpful. He's Baron Gordon, Dragic, Precious Achua. Get rid of him, whatever. You don't really need him.
Fits Heat culture.
Very Heat player. Jimmy likes him. It's a good move. I'm surprised.
A little bit much?
Oh, yeah. A little bit much.
A little bit much.
Paid him a little bit too much.
Yeah. So Jimmy.
Duncan.
Okay, so you were telling me earlier before the pod, you didn't really like it.
No. Explain to me, is this fucking crazy he got $90 million? Because I have a gripe to pick with you about something we talked about before.
I don't think it is. I think he's...
But it's crazy Doug McBucket's got... They're the same fucking guy.
That's my boy, dog. You already know that, right?
Who, Dougie?
Yes.
So why are you hating on Dougie for getting 3 years for 42?
I mean, it's like, why the fuck would the Spurs do that?
So what if they gave him...
I think it goes back to your theory, though. Like, okay, we have money to spend, just spend it. Like,
No. Like, I'm saying, you don't think it's crazy that Duncan got it, but you think it's crazy like Doug got it.
I think even...
Just tell me the difference.
Even though the percentages are similar...
Everything's similar.
Yeah, even though the percentages and the numbers are similar, I just feel like Duncan Robinson is a better shooter and better player than Doug McDermott.
They're both going to get picked on at the end of games by great teams. Like, I still feel like if you look at the Heat roster, if they're healthy, they're not going to close with Duncan Robinson.
I disagree with that.
Think about it.
Look, I know he got tortured in the Lakers finals. I understand that. I get it.
I'm not thinking about that. But they also have Tyler Hero, who's just like, I know he just did the little snarl and he has like a little Jack Harlow. Like,
I think he's gone on another note. But with Duncan Robinson, I've seen the guy take over games. I have not seen Doug McDermott
You don't watch
turn
a
a
lot of
game.
Pacer stuff, my guy. Little Dougie McBucket. I'm saying you,
Max, stop. No.
Look, tell me the Heat's team. I'll tell you. Tell me the closing five for the Heat. Bam, Jimmy, Kyle Lowry. So that leaves 2 spots open, right?
Yeah.
If
PJ.
they can get PJ, maybe they got Oladipo back. Oh, we forgot to add that. They also just re-signed Victor. That happened like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my fault. I didn't update.
So he's in there.
Like, if you got those 5 guys and they're like, I understand you need like that shooter, but I like Duncan Robinson. The only problem I have is the price tag. It's like everyone's like, oh my God, he's such a bargain at $8 million. It's like, nice making 16.
That's what you got to pay.
I just think it's like, I just don't think it's crazy. Doug McBucket's got 14.
I think it's crazy.
If you like spread out Dougie McBuckets, he got 14 for 5, which is what, 70 million for 5 years. That's like 20 million less. How much better is Duncan Robinson than Doug McBuckets? If Duncan Robinson's a 9 as like a shooter type player, Dougie's what, like 7?
Dougie's like a 5.
You're tripping. Dude, same
a 5.
stat line. I agree. Duncan Robinson's
Duncan
better.
Robinson take over games.
You can say that about any guy who shoots threes, though. You can be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that game. I've seen Jeff Green fucking turn games."
Yeah, early in his career.
No, I see one in the playoffs do it.
Okay, that was one.
That Duncan Robinson's one.
No, more than that, man.
Oh my God,
he was really big for them.
No, I agree, he's big. It's just like, my guy is a little bit too much money to give to this like Sheen looking guy. I like Duncan.
I just don't like guys that don't play defense.
No. I like Duncan Robinson. I'm just saying the price tags that I don't like.
You gotta overpay for guys though. That's the nature of the NBA.
I'm probably wrong for even. I'm probably wrong for doubting Pat Riley.
Wouldn't you think though that like, would you rather pay for a guy like that and you have Jimmy, you have this, you have pieces? I think it's different when you compare it to a situation where Evan Fournier gets paid and you don't really have anything established. What did you think?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think that's where I'm coming from. Like their situation.
So you're saying the Spurs don't really have a direction right now.
Exactly.
So why you pay Dougie?
It's kind of like the Evan Fournier
thing. Yeah, but I feel like at the trade deadline, there's going to be a team that's like, we need shooting, Doug McBuckets, let's make a call. Like all the shooters, not just
and
them.
get like the contract matches up. I feel you on that. I'll give you that one.
They extended Jimmy 4 years, $186 million. Look.
It's a lot for 2 old players, Kyle Lowry and Butler. That's a lot of money.
Jimmy Butler's 33, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
31. He's 31. He's going to be 32 in a month, month and a half. This contract's probably going to look really good for a year, really good year or two, but one injury away, man. Yeah. And I hate to say it. And Jimmy Butler might be 34 just because of the Miles Tibbs. He played for how long for Tibbs? 7 years. Let's just call that, what, 10?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I just feel like people always look at him and be like, oh, they got Jimmy Butler, great player. And then it's like in 2 years, and you're like, oh, fuck. They're stuck with like Russell Westbrook. Because no one said Russell Westbrook's contract was bad in a minute.
Yeah.
I did. I just want to point that out. But it's just like, let's talk about the other guys who got extended. Because we're on the...
Yeah.
So we got Luka Doncic.
Wait, let's grade the Heat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to grade him. Yeah.
What you going to grade it?
B+. I'll go A-.
A-.
They got better. They got a lot better. And they didn't lose anyone important.
I'm going to give it an A. If they didn't pay so much for Lowry, I would have given it an A+. I feel like they paid a little bit too much.
They didn't pay too much for Duncan?
It fit, bro.
Okay.
It fits. All right.
Okay.
Contract the trade.
Can I do the extensions? You've been seeing on my mojo. I usually read stuff off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy Butler, 4 years, $186 million contract. Trae Young will sign, apparently. We're going to operate on the assumption he will sign it. Let me say that one for last. Steph Curry, 5 years, $214 million.
He did sign it.
Yeah, if he gets traded, just so you know, he gets 15% extra.
Wow.
And then you might not think that's a lot, but when it's $214 million,
the little trade
10% is $21 million. Luka Doncic said we'll re-sign with the Mavs for a 5-year, $202 million contract post-Olympics.
That's surprising. So let's talk about Curry.
I got Trae Young, but we're gonna talk about that one last.
Yeah, well,
I have some good
I'll
ones.
do Curry quick. Anyone who thought that he was gonna leave, I think it was wishful thinking. I never thought he was gonna leave Golden State. I still don't think he is. I think if there's ever a situation where Curry leaves, it's gonna be late in his career and it's gonna be in Charlotte.
I don't think he should ever leave. I feel like
no, he's a warrior for life.
How terrible was it that 1 year Tony Parker played for Charlotte? Just a coincidence they both played for Charlotte.
Yeah.
He'll be 38 by the time his contract's up.
Yeah, and Steph is going to play for a long time.
I will say, I don't think you can give it an A. just because very injury prone player. And he's going to be 34. You kind of have to worry about it. Like, I think I think the risk factor isn't as high as other guys. Like, I think Jimmy Butler's is riskier than Steph's.
No, but I mean,
I'm saying when you commit to a guy who's old, like, it's not like he's 25, right? At 25, you're
a little bit different with Curry, though. His game is a lot different.
No, it's not about the game at all. I don't care about the game. The game's going to age great. It's will the body age with it. So let's just operate under assumption. Let me ask you a question. Excuse me. 80% like happy you signed this contract, or like, what's the fear in your heart that Steph Curry might not, like, he'll get banged up?
I mean, it's the same with any player.
I don't think it's the same because you can't tell me, oh man, look at all the ankle stuff. Hey, look at the hand. Look at all the times he's missed games. Yeah, he was healthy last year. They just put a huge workload on him. Mm-hmm. And it seems like after a huge workload, he kind of gets hurt.
I still do it because
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it.
I look at Curry as kind of like paying him for what he's done too. I think that goes part of it too. Like just handling your business with your great players that you have.
This might be what I'm trying to ask. What's the percentage in 2 years that they kind of regret doing this? Not because he's bad, but just because,
50-50.
I would say like 30% chance they regret it. I wouldn't even say it's 50-50.
I think it's 50-50. I mean, shit can happen. Shit goes sideways. I mean, like you said, Clay's hurt. Who knows if he's going to come back 100%. So that thing might go south really quick.
Let me ask you, if this was Draymond Green and they were going to give him like...
Wouldn't do it.
No, not even this much. But like guys like Draymond Green, you kind of have to consider like, man, look what their body goes through. You kind of have to consider it. And that's what I'm thinking. I hope they did that with Curry. I'm sure they did. Luka Doncic, biggest slam dunk. Why the fuck not? Why?
Yeah, but
give me one reason
more
why
thing
it's
on
crazy
Curry, though.
One more thing.
One more thing. I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer. You do it. You do it with no hesitation. I don't care what the situation is. You do it.
I don't agree with that. You always have to consider shit. If this dude has a lot of injuries, so you're telling me if next year, let's just say sprained ankle, plays 30 games. Next
I just
year,
think that's how
ankle.
you lose guys. That's how you lose guys. I think that's what makes the Warriors great. It's just like, just do it. Stop worrying about it. It's Curry. Just fucking pay the guy.
I mean, that's probably.
I think he's one of the few players that you do that with.
Yeah, but that's the type of thinking, though. Sometimes it might cripple them down the road.
Cripple the Lakers with Kobe. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I know. He's the great example.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's the great example. Kobe.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. I could not think of that. I'm not saying, of course you do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying Lakers had buyer's remorse on that contract.
Yeah,
and then
it was more paying respect to Kobe.
Exactly. Yeah, but it could cripple
the good thing about Curry is that I think he's at a different stage on where Kobe got that contract.
I mean, if they try to play him like they did, like if they keep trying to do what they did last year, like with the heavy minutes,
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. But I think they're smarter than that.
So like you said, Luka Doncic, go ahead.
Biggest slam dunk, A+. He's top
Was there
5.
any chance that he wasn't?
No, I think if Carlisle stayed, he wouldn't have done it. You know,
yeah.
I think. So basically, I know.
I don't think it still rules him out from not being a Mav. I'm just gonna say that.
Like you're just forcing a trade.
Anthony Davis signed his contract 2 years before he got traded.
I understand that, but I think maybe we can talk about this just for a minute. The Mavs have been a pretty good organization in competitiveness. Mm-hmm. The Pelicans are at Timberwolf levels of ineptitude.
Yes, and
let's just go there really quick. If you're Zion Williamson, this wasn't even in the. Are you excited to play with Jonas Valanciunas and Thomas Satoransky? Like, dude, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah,
like it's just so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't count it out, bro. I wouldn't count it out that he winds up getting traded.
I'll put it in layman's terms. I know you know this, but just for the viewers that don't know, when you join the league, if you're a first round pick, really high pick, it's like really like a 2 or 3 year contract, and then they have team options. Obviously, if you're Luka Doncic, pick them up. And then a team can offer you a qualifying offer, or they can offer you a super max, whatever contract it is. The way it works in the NBA is it's kind of based on service time. If you're a young player, it's usually 25%. Unless you're so good like Luka, where you're like an all NBA guy for 2 straight years, then you can get 30%. And if you're like a LeBron type, you can get 35%, the super max.
Super max.
Correct. Now, Luka could have done this. He could have said, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just going to sign the qualifying offer and hit unrestricted free agency. If you're a restricted free agent.
But you lose out on that money. You're never going to see that type. You're not going to see that number.
Yeah, you'll get another team can offer you 4 years. Your team can offer you 5. It's kind of an incentive. Yes. It's like $40 extra million.
Exactly.
But guys don't really give a shit anymore. But
I would second that.
The reason I bring this up is because we might see it with Zion. I've seen it a couple times. Kristaps Porzingis threatened to say, you know what? I'll just sign the qualifying offer. So I sign it's like a franchise tag. I'll play for you 1 year. Then I hit unrestricted. Because if you're a restricted free agent, say Juan's a restricted free agent from this podcast. Another podcast can offer one $10 million a year. I have 3 days. And if I say, you know what? I'll match it. He has to come back and work here.
Right.
You're never going to leave though, right?
No.
Okay, good.
We own this motherfucker.
Let's go. I own 51%. Can I?
No.
All right.
But no, I get what you're saying.
I just wanted to explain it for the viewer who might not know, because NBA contracts are a lot more complicated than football's. Like, dude, you can get whatever, do it, bro.
Yeah. But there's a lot of kickers, should I say, in contracts with them staying with their team.
Yeah,
it's just another way. It's kind of just another way of
balancing the playing field.
Yeah, that's what it is basically.
And the reason I brought a lot of that shit up is Trae Young re-signed with the Hawks. It's a 5-year, $170 million contract, but it can be upwards to $201 million because of the Rose Rule, which is basically how I explained 25 to 30%. Because Trae Young, this might be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds dumb, right? Because, oh, wow, there's not that big difference between 170 and 210. This is like a good little work our way back to what we brought up. Do you remember how you talked about how the Warriors got KD and we're like, oh, they gave all the money at once?
Right.
It wouldn't have been possible. You know, Draymond Green and Klay signed max contracts on back-to-back years.
Yes.
Do you remember what Klay's contract was as a max?
It was cheap.
4 years, $68 million. That was the most they could offer him.
Yeah, because he didn't make an All-NBA.
Or an all-star team.
Yeah.
Him and Draymond got all their accolades after the fact.
Signed them early.
Draymond, 5 years, $82 million contract extension. He signed after the fact, after they won all the championships, 4 year, 100. And Klay signed 5, 190.
Yeah, that's how that shit.
They could have never got KD. It's like all their guys, which people always talk about. It's like it's a lucky dynasty. Like so much lucky shit happened with they got Curry on a 5-year contract or for $11 million. They got Klay for $15 million a year. Draymond for what? 16?
Yeah.
That's pennies on the dollar, dude.
Right.
It's just so lucky. And maybe the reason I brought that up is because Trae Young, man, maybe if he can, if I'm the Hawks, I'm rooting for him not to make an all-star team because that just makes it so much easier to keep players on your team. Dude, 5%, that's $40 million. That's 2 really good players. Maybe you can keep Reddish. Maybe you can keep Hunter.
Yeah. Because, look, they have a problem right now.
They got too many guys.
They got too many guys coming up at the same time.
And John Collins, 5-year, 125 today.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of debate. Will he stay or will he go?
Yeah.
Got the answer there. Do you like the Trae Young one? A+? You have to do it?
Yeah. Trae Young, all these. No brainers to me. Before we go on to just a little bit of some quick hits for other guys who signed. We'll go over those right now. Comment section. Joey is in here. He said, are the Lakers the only NBA team that can win a chip without shooters? I understand shooting is very important in today's NBA, but I can't remember a time we won a chip because of our 3-point shooting.
I think the Lakers had timely 3-point shooting in 2020 when they won it. Rondo for 3 weeks was I'm going to hit shots. KCP hit shots. But I don't think there's ever been a time Lakers have been predicated on 3-point shooting. Like the Warriors or
And we got another one. Joey again. Why did teams pay so much for Duncan and Fournier when Lauri Markkanen was available?
I think Duncan's just a known quantity and Lauri's not. I don't know why the Knicks paid Fournier. I think they just
Lauri Markkanen, to me, he's intriguing for the right price and the right team. But there's so many question marks about him.
A lot of injury shit. A
lot of injuries. He's not a complete player. He has a lot more growing to do. And he's been in the league for what?
4 years.
It's come on. We should start seeing the signs a lot more now.
He's only 24 years old.
Randy Pepperton. Do you know him?
No.
He said, I came here to see Max, and he wasn't disappointed.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Am I in trouble? Randy, remind me if I know you, bro. I'm so sorry. Maybe just fucking hates me.
Shout out to Randy, bro. Go ahead and subscribe,
Randy
man. Joe Morley. How much do I get? I'll sign with the Lakers too. Vet minimum. Joe.
How old is that old Joe? Joe's old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking fit right in, dude. Fit right in. Tony Tucker.
Oh yeah, my God. Those guys vet minimum off bat. Shout out to the Warzone Sports Network.
We always joke about in Madden. We do fantasy drafts, right? And there's always super old guy. Like you get Marshall Yond in like the 50th round, right? This Laker team has the most vet seasoning of a team I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, they seasoning it up.
They've seen everything, bro. Like you can't fool these fools.
I've seen it all. All right, so let's go ahead and we got. I want to get these done in about 10, 11 minutes.
Really quick. Do you think the Lakers are older than that team you built in Madden?
No.
The seasoning
team? Not
a
chance.
What's your quarterback? Brady at 43?
I have fucking Larry.
Larry. Did you have Steve Smith?
Yeah. I had veteran squad, homie. All right. Let's go over a big one. Chris Paul winds up re-upping with the Suns. $120 million contract. Before you say anything, I found out this is very incentive based, and depending on his play, on the third year, it drops down dramatically. So the potential for this contract can be anywhere between $85 to $90 million.
I read that too. Why is Chris Paul why are the Suns offering the? I mean, like if I'm Robert Carver, if I'm the owner of the Suns, Robert Carver, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be like, Chris, like you want to win a championship more than anything. Like, why don't we just sign like a 2-year deal with the player option that's kind of cheap? And if we win, bro, we'll like take care of you.
Yeah.
And Chris Paul, I gotta I know I say I never fault a player, but like, man, if you care so much about your legacy, bro, why are you gonna take so much money?
Yeah.
Like you can be like Melo. If you want to be like Melo, take the money, that's cool, bro. But like if money's the most important thing, I don't think you take it. Is he worth it? He might be, yeah. He was worth it last year, but
they re-signed Campaign.
He's 38. Yeah, Cameron Payne, 3 years, 19. I love that contract. Mm-hmm. I can't believe he only got $6 million.
Yeah. So what do you grade the Chris Paul? Me personally, I'm gonna give it a C+.
I was gonna go with a B.
B?
I just think we talked about the Curry, it might cripple you down the road. This one's a lot scarier than Curry's. A lot scarier. Yeah. He's gonna be 40.
It's not even close.
Like, I understand. Like, I feel like you're just, what are you paying him for? Like, still, like, is it his play? Because like he kind of fell off in the finals. Like, you think next, like if this is all you want to do is get to the finals, like, can you win a finals with Chris Paul? Is my question. No? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think so. I mean, they almost did it last year,
but like, they didn't, and like they got fucking waxed.
But they got there. They were up 2-0 at one point. They didn't get waxed, Max.
They got waxed after game 2. Also, is their path to getting back to the finals?
It's harder. It's harder, but shit happens, bro.
That's my favorite when people say shit happens. Sometimes shit doesn't happen.
It does. They have a chance to win.
Maybe shit happens to them next year. So it's like I just don't see why you offer the guy so much money. Like I think Mike Conley's contract's better than his. Like it's cheaper.
Well, Mike Conley's another guy, $72.5 million with the Jazz, 3 years.
They also traded for Eric Pascal today. Just to throw that in. Not that matters to the con. I'm just saying the Jazz in general.
I thought you said Pascal Siakam for a minute. I was like, what? Why'd you say that so nonchalant?
Oh, I'm sorry. They traded for Eric Pascal. Yeah. Pascal.
I don't like this. I really don't.
Why? You love Chris Paul?
I didn't say I loved it.
I gave it a C+.
Yeah, I gave it a C+.
What's wrong with this one though? Is Conley?
I don't like Conley.
Why?
I don't like Conley. I think he don't got it no more.
He's an all-star last year.
That's fine. Fucking bravo. Do you want a fucking cookie for that?
No, I want
fucking all-star team.
I mean, he was really good.
Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, they have a problem in there.
Oh yeah,
I
think so. Fuck NBA awards. Anyway,
little spoiler. Little spoiler.
I don't like it.
I don't see. Is it a C+ for you or what is it?
D+. D+.
I feel like if you like Chris Paul, you should like this one a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see the difference. Like if you're the Jazz, Mike Conley's not the problem. Like I think that's a good contract.
Why wouldn't you improve though? Why wouldn't you get a guy like Goran Dragic?
He's not better than Mike Conley. That's not an improvement.
Yeah, but you're not. It's not that much like off board. You get Goran Dragic and then you sign another guy.
So you want Goran Dragic for $19 million a year, which is basically what Conley's going to get. No, Conley's going to get $23 million a year.
Yeah.
So you want?
I feel like you get a little bit more money and you can go sign another guy.
I don't think it's not that good, man. I don't think Dragic is better than Conley. I think Conley's a good fit in Utah.
No. Dragic is not better than Conley. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather get a little bit less upgrade. You know, I don't think their point guard position needs to be like that amazing.
I think it's a good move, man. I don't know.
What do you give it?
I give it a B.
A B?
Yeah.
Talking about it like it's an A+, homie.
I'm not. I'm just starting. You talking about like it's an F-, a bigger F, homie. I got the bigger F coming. Don't you worry.
All right. Next on our list, Otto Porter. Warriors, vet minimum. I kind of like it.
I don't know why the Lakers can. Like, you want to slam the Lakers, bro?
Come on. I would like that.
That's the 3D player that's kind of young. I'm kind of like, if he's healthy, he's going to be good. God, the Warriors have so many good players.
And he went off the board quick. I'm giving that an A+.
Yeah, A+. Yeah. Off rip.
Yeah. Another guy, Tim Hardaway Jr.
How the fuck does he keep tricking people to give him $70 million? I thought he was really good, but
4 years, $72 million. Yeah, that's tough. I'm giving this not bigger F. I'll give it an F though.
An F?
I'll give it an F.
What makes it an F to you? Just the
just
length,
cannot pay
length and money.
Yeah, you cannot pay this guy. You just don't do it. I think let him walk.
What would you give him if you were the GM? Because he's good, right? You think he's a good player?
That's the hard thing about him.
It's all about the money, right? It's not about the player.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the money then for you?
I wouldn't pay anything more than
4 for 50.
Yeah,
that's like 12 and a half a year.
That's not bad.
4 for 60?
Yeah.
4 for 60. 15 a year. You're getting 18 a year now.
That'll be the cutoff point, 15 mil. Anything above 15 mil.
I would go C-. I mean, it's good for them. He can play big in playoff games. Like, we've seen him like match Paul George whip for whip, but like we've also seen him be really bad.
Fuck, I just deleted the C-.
It's fine.
So you give it a C.
No, give it a D+. D+.
D+?
Yeah, I got D+.
All right.
You fucked me.
I like it. Okay, next one. Let's go to.
Can we go to Will Barton? Will the thrill?
Will Barton. Yeah, me and him were arguing about this one. I was like, who the fuck cares about Will Barton? We'll talk about him though. 2 years, $32 million. One of the only moves that the Nuggets did. Max, what's your thoughts?
I kind of think he's a little overpaid, especially because he can't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. Availability is probably the best ability. The Nuggets need him, man. I know Michael Porter, everyone's in love with him, but I still haven't seen the signs. I've seen, obviously, there's moments of superstardom, but there's also moments it's kind of like, are you ever going to figure it out? Like, kind of like Andrew Wiggins. Like, no one can tell him, like, everyone besides a few people were like, Andrew Wiggins isn't the guy. I thought after like that second year, I was like, oh, he's the guy. Then I quickly remembered, no, he's not the guy. But it's just kind of.
I'm gonna give it a C+.
C+. Did you delete C+?
No, C+ still on there. I'm gonna give it a C though. Not because I don't have the C-, but because it's a C. It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't really make them better.
I mean, I think it helps them if they get Aaron Gordon less minutes.
Maybe.
That's why I got the plus.
I mean, at least they don't have the Millsap contract to worry about no more.
Nah, but he's still a good player. Maybe Lakers pick him up vet minimum. He's 36.
I wouldn't doubt it. James Johnson, Cody Zeller. James Johnson went to the Nets for a year a year vet minimum.
We can
Cody Zeller, fuck those. Just a little.
I got a better one. Patty Mills to the Nets. 2 years,
love it.
$12 million. A+. I can't believe they got.
I'm gonna go like this. I'm fucking spamming A fucking
You're not even,
plus.
If you spam it, let it at least show. You're just like hitting it. I like it, man. They needed a
backup. I wish the Lakers would have got him. I'm so jealous.
Little bit of Kyrie insurance too.
Yeah,
a little bit. Just a touch.
We've been waiting for Patty Mills to be on a good team for so long because I think he's shown that this guy is, really good in big time moments. He's not afraid to take the shot. He makes some really big time shots.
I like it, man. The Nets need a backup point guard. Dinwiddie's gone. He signed with the Wizards, sign and trade.
Yeah, and we don't know what's going to go on with Bruce Brown, and we know Bruce Brown is not.
He signed a qualifying offer.
He signed with the Nets?
Signed a qualifying offer with the Nets. So the Nets are unrestricted free agency next year.
Okay.
That's a good one, too. Let's give that one a B. I give that one a B. They need Bruce Brown. He's big for them. If he can just shoot a little bit. Man, they're fucking scary. I'm thinking about how the Bucks guarded them without, like, anyone.
Here's a big one. Portland Trailblazers signed Norman Powell to a $90 million contract.
Is he better Fournier? Is he a better version of Fournier?
Yeah, slightly.
Is that why you
slightly?
Why would you give him that? Bay Blazers, what the fuck you guys thinking?
Yo,
I need another smallish guard.
We're talking shit about the Bulls, but like this is a prime example of a team who's a little bit tiny bit ahead of what the Blazers got. Obviously, Damian Lillard is a better player than Zach LaVine, no discussion. But as far as like you got a superstar, and then you got like that mid-level like second guy like Vucevic, CJ McCollum, and then you got a bunch of guys who are just who fucking knows. You know, the Bulls went out there. They got it done. They made improvements. What the fuck are the Blazers doing? Norman Powell?
Go ahead, bro. I'm ready. Move me as the Blazers move.
Yeah, it's down. It's down, bro.
I don't like so fucking lateral. Like, prime example of why you don't pay a guy. Like, what's the point? Like, Norman Powell's a good player,
yeah,
man.
That's why.
If you're gonna trade Dame, okay, give him the money.
D+.
Yeah, I'm with it. D+, 100%. It's just, it's not like you didn't get better, bro. Like, you just traded for him to try to make a playoff push. You didn't make it.
They haven't did anything, bro. If I'm Damian Lillard and
you're thrilled,
and they don't make any moves and they wind up just keeping him, fuck, man, I feel fucking bad for him because that just sucks, bro. That really fucking sucks. Like we were saying, Doug McDermott signed with the Spurs, 3 years, $42 million.
That's outrageous.
Shut up. We went over that one. Let's see. Who's another name on here? Rashawn Holmes. Yeah. 4 years, $55 million with the Sacramento Kings. The Kings did something. I still think they're going to be ass, but what do you think about Rashawn Holmes?
Well, he's a 2024 player option and a trade kicker, which is crazy. He got a trade. I like the contract, man. It's 4 years, $55 million. It's like
solid player.
$13 million a year, basically. Like, I feel like that's the cap to pay a really good big who's not really an offensive guy. Like,
it's not Marvin Bagley.
No, but I'm saying, like, he's kind of like, he's a rim runner. He blocks shots. He plays hard.
That's a guy.
If this was the Knicks, they'd give him $100 million right now.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about another big man who made $100 million in just a few seconds. So
yeah,
I give Rashawn Holmes a B. I just don't think it's going to help the Kings out because they're just so poorly run. Like, he's the type of big where he can only be as good as the team around him. So if the team around him is really good, like kind of like Ayton in a sense. Like if the team around Ayton's really good, he'll be good.
What's your grade?
I said B plus.
B plus.
Another one. What do you think?
Nice. Give it a B, bro.
He's good. He's really good.
He's solid.
He's a baby of the
I still want to see what the fucking Kings
what's
are going to do.
What's the process? He's a process kid. We hit Cameron Payne. We talked about
JaVale McGee signed with the Suns.
Yeah,
that's good. They finally got a fucking backup center.
Yeah, but I feel like, even if he was in the series against Giannis, they would have got murdered. Skip those two bums.
We'll skip all these.
Rudy Gay to the Jazz. That's kind of fun. Like B plus.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, no. Let's talk about it for a second. Rudy Gay and Eric Pascal kind of shore up the bench. Joe Ingles too. I have a question. I just thought is Eric Pascal their small ball five they've been looking for?
Low key. When fucking Rudy Gobert is getting torched out there. Let's skip over to Andre Drummond.
No. Come on. Why? I thought we talked about him.
All right, fine. Before we talk about him,
Hassan Whiteside. Okay, let's just rewind 4 years in the NBA. Andre Drummond's peak of his powers. Hassan Whiteside's getting the max.
Blake Griffin signs a 1 year deal with the Nets.
Dude, I don't understand. Hassan Whiteside, is that another Gobert insurance right there? Jeez. They just trade him and put in Hassan to their scheme. Oh my God, Hassan would be so bad at trying to do it. Gobert.
So basically, the Lakers and the Sixers swapped, though. So now the Lakers got Dwight, and the Sixers got Andre.
Who will be better out of Dwight, Hassan, and Drummond? Who's the best? I think Dwight. Clearly,
he's in the best situation.
No, I'm saying even in a vacuum, I think Dwight's the best out of these three because I don't feel like these two guys want to do what Dwight did, which is kind of like play like a goon. Does Dwight have a similar thing to Melo in a sense? Where he kind of had to like almost be out of the league and kind of like...
Yeah, he kind of needed a reality check.
He got it.
Yeah, he woke up.
Do we only have a couple more to go?
I mean, all the rest of them. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, we got Jared Allen, Gary Trent, and Devontae Graham, and I think we're done.
Okay.
Jared Allen, 5 years, $100 million contract. We just talked about Rashawn Holmes. Jared Allen's better than Rashawn Holmes. He's a rim runner, but why are you going to pay him $20 million? Also, why are you going to draft the fucking big, get 3 in the draft, and just say, hey, Twin Towers it? Kevin Love, yeah. And Larry Nance? Play them all.
Fuck it.
4 bigs.
Fuck it.
They're two. Apparently, people were saying Mobley's a wing. Like, scouts and NBA people were like,
yeah,
you got to think of Mobley as a wing. I'm like, in what planet?
I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you do that. Taking them farther away from the rim is just, yeah.
I love when they do that to big. Shout out Kevin Love. Maybe you can show him away.
Gary Trent.
I like that a lot more than I like Norman Powell.
Yeah, because essentially they got traded for each other, essentially.
Yeah.
Gary Trent Jr., 3 years, $54 million with the Toronto Raptors. Yeah, I'd rather take Gary Trent contract and what I'm getting than paying Norman Powell that money. Norman Powell's better, but I'd rather take Gary Trent's situation.
How tall do you think Gary Trent is? He's 6'4"? 6'5"?
Probably a little bit smaller. How tall is he?
He's 6'6". He's a small ass 6'6". How much money do you think he'd make if he was like 6'9"?
A lot.
Like 100?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
he's solid.
He's really solid. He's going to just be a 3 and D, but he's not really a great defender yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So 6'3". That's what I just read. He's measured at 6'5". 6'5". Sorry.
Can't trust those NBA heights.
No, not at all. I give it a B. Give it a B. We don't have to put grades up for these. It's quick.
Devontae Graham.
I'm sorry. Zion's really thrilled.
Yeah, signs with the Pelicans, 4 years, $47 million. Traded for a first round pick.
It's lottery protected, if that makes you feel any better, Pelican fans. But, like, why?
No.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, that's so loud. Here, I got you here, Doc. Go on. Devontae or Lonzo?
Lonzo.
I feel like they're literally laying the groundwork for Zion to be like, get me the F out of here.
Look, Pelicans, we need to have a separate podcast talking about the Pelicans, honestly.
Are they one of your teams that are voted off the island?
Yes, because they just waste fucking talent. At least they get the talent.
Can you remind me? Can I update our list? We got Kings.
We got Timberwolves. We got the Pelicans. And I think that's it.
No, you have
Hornets.
Hornets or Magic?
Hornets.
4 teams.
They need to go. Okay. 4 teams. That's
a separate discussion.
Team of deaths. All right. Anyway, Pelicans, what are you doing? You didn't learn your lesson with Anthony Davis. You're probably going to lose out on another once in a generation talent.
They're really good at getting them. They just can't fucking keep them.
Yeah, kind of like the Magic.
So who's your winner out of all these guys? Just the deal guys, not like the teams. Who's your winners? Give me like 2.
I'm gonna go with my number one winner has to be Patty Mills.
Okay. You're not going to just give it a winner just because they got paid the most, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna give it for fit and just the amount that they got him for. Like,
more, you're thinking more of the teams.
Yeah.
Like, what team? I would say Patty Mills is a definite winner.
Yeah.
I would say Cameron Payne's a winner.
I don't think so. I think he could have got a little bit more if he went somewhere else, but I get it.
Trent. I like that.
Gary Trent.
I
really love the Otto Porter pickup.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'll just say a quick loser.
Who?
The Cavs. They're so fucking stupid. Big men in general. Hassan Whiteside, John Street. The year 2014 is a loser.
Evan Fournier.
Oh my god! I thought of a winner. Our videos we did about Caruso and Lonzo. That's a good one, right? Come on, give me one more.
Thanks, bro. The Zubs. All right, but
that was a good free agency talk we just had.
That was great, bro.
Just over an hour.
Yeah.
You were all worried it was going to be an hour 30.
1 minute 8 minutes. 1 minute 8 minutes. 1 hour 8 minutes.
1 minute.
That's a really short podcast.
You know, you were talking about we need quotes for the pod. 1 minute 8 minutes. 30, 40, 50 point earner.
30, 40, 50 points. So that's gonna do it. Quick announcement. I know we do lives every Wednesday, guys, but basketball season is coming to an end. One of the big reasons why we did the lives is because the NBA playoffs were coming, and we knew that we're gonna have to talk about a lot of games.
Can I have a quick question? Will you be gone forever from lives?
No.
Okay. Good.
No, we'll still be going live here and there, but the daily every Wednesday lives are going to stop.
Until?
I don't know when. Maybe when basketball season picks up again. But for football, we're still going to be putting out content.
A lot of football.
Yeah,
if you like football,
content.
I know we got a lot of basketball guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Football's a great sport too.
Oh, yeah. I'm so fucking ready.
There's 10 teams that can win the Super Bowl. There ain't no 10 teams that can win an NBA championship. Yeah. There are 10 teams that can win a Super Bowl. It might be more.
Yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of NBA talk videos planned out, like the Lonzo and the Caruso type videos. We have a couple of those planned out.
We have a very special one this
month. So stay tuned for those. We're still going to be putting out basketball content for you guys. But as far as the podcast go, we're going to be really ramping up the NFL content. We're going to be talking a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of previews of, divisions and top 10 lists and a whole bunch of stuff, guys. Football season's around the corner. The first game is tomorrow. All right, the Hall of Fame game.
Who's in it?
Colts and Steelers.
I thought it was Pittsburgh and Steelers. I mean, I thought it was Cowboys and Steelers.
Cowboys and Steelers.
I
said Colts, huh?
Did I say it's Pittsburgh and Steelers?
Yeah. That's why I was so fucking...
Dwayne Haskins will be throwing dots.
He's cut. I think he's gone.
From Pittsburgh?
I think so.
No.
I might be wrong.
Dwayne the Blaine?
Anyway, look out for the NFL content.
No, he's still there. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, thank God.
Those strip clubs won't pay for them.
But we want to thank you guys, man, for anyone who comes for our basketball content. It was an amazing season. Me and Max really enjoyed it. We had some funny moments, especially when the Lakers losing and all of that. But
we made some NBA breakdowns about like just Chris Paul being a little rodent, Jokic. We'll do some other stuff like that. We like those,
unless there's something really big that happens, like breaking, like Kawhi gets signed. Of course, we're gonna talk about it. But just know we're gonna podcast wise, football's coming, baby. All right. I know a lot of guys want us to do some football content, so get ready, bro. But lives, they're probably gonna stop for now, at least weekly. They're not going to be coming on weekly. We'll still do content. We're going to keep on dropping on Mondays, and we'll probably switch it up either Thursday or Wednesday. We'll drop a regular podcast.
Yeah, but, really quick. The Pelicans offered Chris Paul $100 million, and he didn't go there.
I don't doubt it.
Oh.
Why the fuck would you?
Well, I just saw that. I didn't know. Did you know that?
No.
Wow, I'm surprised they even had the balls to do
it. Why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it. So that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Shout out to everyone who was in the stream, everyone who commented. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment on the video, turn on post notifications.
I have one special shout out. I want to shout out my co-host Juan. He does a lot for this podcast, a lot of editing, a lot of shit that goes underappreciated. So why you I'm not laughing.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you, bro. And you're doing a hell of a job.
I appreciate
man.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Look, I want to thank Max then. It's not November.
That's not original.
It's not Thanksgiving right now, but I want to thank Max.
I'm grateful.
He puts a lot of behind the scenes things for me and a lot of the numbers and a lot of the things that I want on my screen and all that. So he does his part, bro. It's teamwork. It's 50-50. It's called the Max and Juan cast for a reason.
It's not called the Max Cast, baby.
But
what does teamwork do? Make that dream work.
Make the dream work. But well, we're gonna try a lot of new things, bro. Stay tuned. We want to try a lot of new things with this podcast. All right, we're gonna keep on rocking. We're gonna keep on grinding. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead and follow us on social media. That is at Max_JuanCast. Go ahead and listen to us on audio platforms. If you guys can't make it on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts at, bro. We're there. Go ahead and listen to us audio in your car while you're driving to work, while you're working out, whatever you want to do. This is the Max and Juan cast. My name is Juan. This is Max. We out. Peace.